episode of World's Finest Assassin, and it wasn't the final episode of, you say it here, of Banished Hero. I thought it was a fun episode, right? But it actually was more than one episode. And it was good, because it had a really good cliffhanger. So I was like, what? And I was like, okay, it's one episode. That's good. But here we are, this is the final episode though. And, you know, I like the twist. It's like, I have to kill her, fake kill her, right, of course. Fake kill her love interest. Is Dia-chan. My Dia, of course, I think of, when I hear Dia, I think of course of best girl in Planet Lustrous, Hoshino Kuni. It also has a Dia. But, you know, it's a nice name for Diamond-chan, of course. I guess they're gonna have to fight all the armor and so on. One thing I will say here though, immediately to anime, right? I mean, it's a pretty good anime, and it's much better than Read the Healer. Again, Read the Healer, I think it was pretty good for what it was, right? I hadn't died, basically. But if we, yeah, Read the Healer is basically a hentai, right? But this anime has a lot of good stuff actually. However, though, it does feel kind of slow paced for a whole anime here. With one thing, like, where's the hero? Right? Where's the hero? Yeah, like we have all this sessions about you have to defeat the hero, save the world or whatever, but we never actually get to the hero. So that's one thing that's pretty clear here, that the hero won't appear in the season, right? So it doesn't feel like you have the actual main conflict at all in the season. But anyway, for that final episode, 3, 2, 1, and go. And of course after this we have the final episode of Komi-chan. Yes. So now it's back to the goddess. And she's all like, I hate life. She's tired of it. She's like, ugh, dark. Okay, yeah, now it's goddess. She's all like, gray goddess. Yeah. She's failed so many times, right? She's like, oh, I'm so bored of it. Oh, she becomes a Final Fantasy character. No, Mavis. She's going Mavis. No one knows. She's going Mavis. She jumped into Crystal. Yeah. She went Mavis on us. It's back to when she... Okay, opening. No, but I feel that's kind of weird. Like, they haven't really... For this whole season, we haven't gotten to the main conflict at all, right? We see kind of on the... arguably prologue, how he gets his wife. Yeah, how I got a harem, season 1. It's like, how an old assassin man got a harem. I feel that's basically who is Hilaret. And always people that are playing Mushenshi, and also people comparing it to this anime, it's very true, right? This character is definitely worse than Rubius. He's an old man with, you know, these girls that he's basically like, oh, you wanna be my wife? Yeah, oh, I'm gonna save you in the forest and feed her, and then she's gonna fall in love with me. This guy's obviously way worse than Rubius. He's like, picks up this like girl's about to die in a forest fire or whatever from wolves, so he's like, yes, wanna be my wife now? Let me train you in martial art and also dungeon stuff. Like, come on. This guy, people should complain about, not Rubius. But yeah, still opening here. Honestly, I mean, mostly the episode 1 was probably the best episode. That's the best fights right there. When they're kind of ready to be assassins. This feels like a prologue, right? He kind of sets up his assassin waifu squad. And so on. So where's my second season, right? Yeah, where's my second season, guys? Maybe they're gonna announce it after the episode. But where's my second season? So here we go, they're hugging someone. Yeah, yeah. Bet him hugging his waifu, you know. I got a waifu. Yeah, you come and save me! Of course. But he's all about that, you know, all about the panzer, right? Come on. Well, the first time he finally meets the father here, got his blessing to marry his daughter. You know, you need to get the father's blessing, right? Good. Oh, come on, Dad! Stop trying to get me married. Oh, yeah, come on. Gonna have a scene right. Yeah, embarrassing me, Dad. I mean, obviously the war's over. Maybe the hero's gonna pop up though. It could be interesting if the hero actually arrived, but I very much doubt the hero will come. The whole actual setting, right? Or the galaxy or something. Perhaps. Okay, so let's prepare the room for war, I guess, you know. There's some sandbags up there, yeah, get the whole thing going on, right? Come on, get to the action. Okay, so ugly CGI guys are back. Yeah, the CGI is horrible, let's be honest, it's horrible. I thought last review, I was like, the CGI is so ugly. It's not the worst I've seen. I mean, it's no like Aristocrat. Coming next season for that matter. Oh yeah, Aristocrat with oh my god, that's the worst CGI. X-Arm or Aristocrat or something. Oh my god, it's so bad. Holy shit, this is bad. But it's not much better here though. Well, here we go. Oh, it's PTSD from his died? I think so. But how did he even feel it the first time? Yeah, he's like, I'm feeling that it's someone, when someone shot a laser at what this guy has like, what? It's like a torpedo lance or something? What is this? Is it like a sci-fi or is it magic? But how does he feel the same thing? I don't know, he throws like a torpedo lance at them. But it's now he's like, it reminds me of when someone shot a, you know, like a drone attacked me or something. Yeah, what the guy throws like a torpedo at them or some kind of it doesn't. Oh my god! It's like, was that magic? Or was that sci-fi? Was it both? Perhaps it feels weird how he's like, I remember this feeling when I was on Earth and someone attacked me with an airship. This felt the same. This felt the same way or something. I guess it flies back. I guess like what is this? Like he's throwing like rocket launch at them. It's good though. It's finally like an enemy that's strong, right? It's the first enemy that could ever fight him. Yeah, there's finally someone who can actually challenge him in the final episode. If it's very random, honestly, then suddenly a guy that's like a very powerful appears and throws a lance rocket at him. He's probably fine, of course, or else it would have been an episode, right? Of course, it's gonna be fine, or else it would be an episode. It's gonna be like, you know, whereas it would be pointless, right? He's obviously way overestimated, or himself, I mean, yeah, underestimating the bad guy. Way too overconfident here. Extremely overconfident. Like he turned around, keep shooting at the man. He's clearly alive, whereas this would be no episode, come on. Like, this guy's clearly gonna be like, fire. No, he's pissed off instead. He loves it. Sounds like Masaru Yasuma, yeah, I think so. Oh, I see. He's getting stronger by the pain, of course. Yeah, he's just flexing up, right? He's like, pain, baby, it makes me stronger. Then why would you have like a rocket lancer? That makes zero sense. If he gets stronger by pain, this guy gets stronger by pain. He gets stronger by taking damage. Why is he fighting with a rocket lance? Shouldn't he be a melee fighter? Why is he relying on super range abilities? Doesn't make any sense. It should be. Doesn't he want to take damage? Doesn't he want to? He's like, I get stronger by taking pain, right? Shouldn't he? Well, yeah. Very sexy though. Very not op-ice. I like it, but at the same time, it's very strange, I feel. There's never been any, you know, other person with any, yeah, in this anime. Suddenly he's like another Berserk class guy fighting him. It feels completely out of nowhere, but whatever. Yeah, it's like he's getting a Berserk class guy. It just feels very random. It's like, where did this guy come from? How does this relate to them? Is he also maybe a resurrected character? Is he the hero? What is he then? Is he just hiding by the arm or something? Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, she had that weapon, of course. Why didn't he do anything before then? Why didn't he fight them when he had shot them before? Was he just AFK then? As mom, I guess? Yeah. Dia's clone sister character. Yeah, you know, his wife basically. Yeah. Back to his parents. It is kind of strange that his father aren't fighting with him, right? I mean, I understand that he wants to test him and so on, and it's like his... Oh, the fast service was Luke this time, not one of the women's. I kinda like that weapon in CGI, honestly. So the lance is CGI, right? But I actually like that because it makes it look really weird. But it pops up from the screen, right? Yeah, this weird Gabalog lance, it pops up from the screen because it's CGI. So I think that actually makes it better than having it. It's like a 3D thing and 2D thing. It makes it stand out more, right? Go and fight him, but what did he create now? Like a bullet? What is this? It looks like a huge missile, right? Yeah, I'm an assassin. I'm a massive missile here. I'm gonna throw the missile at him. Or something. I guess it's shot at him? What? I think he's way too passive, this guy. Yeah, like he's just... I think this guy in the last boss scene, he's way too passive. He's like, okay, you're doing over there. I'm waiting for you. I don't understand why he's just standing over there being like... Just waiting for like an hour. Okay, sure, make your stuff over there. I'm just gonna stand over here and like... I mean, he's the berserk guy. I was expecting him to be way more aggressive. Instead, he's AFKing. This is honestly a very weird character, in my opinion, because isn't this supposed to be, yeah, the berserk fighter with the rocket launcher guy? He's like, I'm throwing one lance, and then I'm letting you to like make some peace or negotiation or whatever, and like wait for 3 hours. Yeah, like why is he? I don't know. Maybe he's a very professional guy, I guess. But now his behavior is like, ha 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 ha, yeah, it doesn't really fit his behavior and his strategy. It doesn't make any sense. They're completely mutually exclusive. He's probably gonna kill him somehow, right? But there's a lot of mana and so on. Why would I agree with that? Yeah, I don't know. It's like, promise me this thing. I don't understand why he would even agree with the thing. I don't understand why he would agree with any of these demands. Need to kill her and everything, or kidnap her at least. I don't know. It's weird. Like, why is he even... I have to say I would much rather see a fight here, right? An actual like final fight here, instead of having them negotiate for 10 minutes. Like, come on, give me an actual fight in the final episode. Like technically yesterday, give me a waifu, you know, a waifu double, waifu future fight. Yeah, This is like, let's negotiate for a fun episode. I don't know. I feel it's very. Okay, finally it's like, okay, we're gonna. Okay, guys, go get back. Stand behind the tree over here. Yeah, maybe. And of course, crazy evil goddess is back to evil smiling and so on. Okay, so now okay, let's have a duel. Okay, let's have a duel. Finally, we got every guy got behind the trees and so on. Holy shit, they're like, we're gonna throw this coin at you and, come on, let's fight already. Honestly. Oh, it froze? What? Come on. Okay, there we go. Weird. Now we're sort of lagging a bit. Sorry about that. I was throwing this coin to finally fight him. Come on, finally gonna go here. Finally she's gonna explode. It took like 10 minutes. I have to say, episode is pretty poor for a 5 episode. Come on. You're fine. Okay, you're flat with that. Like, holy shit, it talked for like 10-15 minutes. And it's like a sort of coin, and then I wanna like do like a flashback when you back at Earth. Come on. Oh my god. I remembered back in the days I was Earth. I remember. Remembered back in the days, baby. Remember that shit? Oh my god. It's like, yeah, I remember when I had a satellite assassin technique, a meteor shower and so on. Honestly, I think it's a terrible last final episode for a fight. I thought it was gonna be a badass fight, right? Like, that's the day we attacked OP. We had, you know, terrible storyline, but it's like a sexy woman fighting a double fused woman into like some kind of badass slap battle. I don't know, but it looked good at least, right? Here it's like I threw up the bullet in the sky, right, 10 minutes ago, and it's gonna land on him, right? Yeah, it's gonna be like a meteor shower landing on him. But if it's like I have to explain my backstory or something for no reason, I don't know. I don't care about backstory right now. I mean, like I already know he threw up the bullet in the sky, man. I mean, it's like a meteor shower strategy. It's a Sephiroth strategy. I'm throwing a meteor at you. It's like, yeah, good. And now like flashback in the episode. Oh, remember when I went out and I sailed and shit, and when I saw like my wife in her bikini and so on? Yeah, that was a good episode. It's kind of like that. Yeah, it's like, oh, remember that back in the days? Remember those days? Remember those days, you know? Remember those days? And finally, he nukes him, right? Yeah, after like 3 minutes of flashbacks. It's a terrible flash fight, honestly, terrible. Suddenly it's like, yeah, finally I nuked him. Yay, you know. That took like 10 minutes to do nothing, basically. I mean, like, you could have nuked immediately, right? So I got a stall for the nuke, right? So, oh, okay, great. I mean, it's a strategy, but it's a very, like, anticlimactic fight, right? And it made no sense that the bad guy would just let him do that. He's a berserker too. He's rolled berserker. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna let you like, you know, I'm gonna wait till you like throw it on my face, and we're gonna like, I'm disappointed, guys. I'm genuinely disappointed. I thought it was gonna be a way better final episode. That felt like the most boring way to beat him. I stalled him for 10 minutes, then I auto win. Of course, gonna end with him marrying his woman or whatever. Yeah, of course, gonna end with him smashing his wife, right? Maybe it can end at least with him having some fun time, yeah, with his family, with his sister. Like, she's basically your mom. He's like, you probably noticed, but she has like the same mana wave as your mother. They're basically the same person as your mother. That's still really funny. That shit is still hilarious. It feels very anime. It's like, actually, your love interest is also your mom. It's like, yeah, of course she's. Of course she's like a clone of your mom. Like, of course. She's basically like your half mother or something. It's like, yeah, of course she's. Of course she's. Yes, he's in love with his own mother. Kinda. Yeah. Reincarnation of your mom or something. Yeah, of course. Yeah. So, I mean, that's fun, but You're probably gonna see the other wives too, right? Tarte and so on gonna come here too, and Mahan. It's probably gonna end now with him being in some kind of harem ending with his 3 wives and also his mom or something, right? Honestly, the last 20 minutes here now is probably gonna be a harem ending. He's at home with all his wives, trying to be like, yeah, I did it! I saved the world! Like, I got my harem! Woo! Season 1 completed, got a harem, yeah, it's like, I did what I needed to do to save the planet. As the goddess wanted, yeah, I got a harem. My true goal has been completed. Kisses her, oh my god, happy ending! Yeah. I don't know why she's so shocked for, honestly, because, like, haven't they already kissed once in Water 2? I don't know, honestly, she's like, wow! But it was like, isn't that the 3rd time he kisses her or something? She was like, she was very shocked, I felt, for getting kissed again, right? Or he hugged her too and so on. And then, of course, his other mother and his sister, his other adopted sister and so on. Yeah, he has a big family. And of course, his Dia too. Yeah, see? It's gonna end just like a harem. It's gonna end with him having like, hey mom, I brought back my other mom with me so I can get married and, you know, smash her. It's like, yeah. She wanted the grandkids, right? So, you know. And then CGI or something. But, yeah, and he's probably gonna go and get his other wife too, right? His poor worker wife. Yeah, I did all those poor girls that... This is the same scene we had earlier. It's the exact same. This is very lazy. It's the same animation they had earlier. That's the exact same scene they showed last time with Maha. Yeah, that was the exact same scene. That wasn't even a new scene. That was like episode 8 or 7 or whatever. They reused the same animation, right? 100%. Yeah, that wasn't even like an attempt of... that was cheap. This is also an old scene for that matter, with the training in the dungeon. Man, this feels like they ran out of budget for that episode. They're like, let's just redo a few scenes here from previous episodes. Episode 3 again, episode 8 again. Here's an ending, but it's probably an after ending credits. I'm gonna jump there immediately. Can I jump over edits? Whatever. Yeah, I wanna get to the last bit here. Yeah, I'll skip the ending, guys. Go into the after ending credits. Here we go. Let's back with his dad. Dad's like, I'm proud of you, son. You tricked him with a nuke. Very good strategy. Yes, the nuke strategy. Assassins are proud of that. Kind of a big show-off finish, but you know. That's kind of what I expect, right, from my own son, right? Yeah, nuking the bad guy. Very proud of that. Yeah, Dia-chan's alive. She's your wife now. You can marry her now, you know. It's basically your sister, but... Dia is my motto now? It's like, she can be your sister or something. God damn it, can you stop me though? Like, she's basically, we can adopt her and she'd be your sister or something. Like, come on! Is she gonna be his mom's sister or something? She's both your mother and your sister. It's awesome. It's like, oh, god damn it, yes. Oh, this is a hentai. Oh, yeah, it's anime. Why? Yes, let's adopt her and make her your sister. She's your mother's sister character. And then you can smash her. Yes, awesome. Oh my god, this anime. Who's this red top? Could be a new character in the end here. Next season. Yeah, look at that. Like a redhead woman. Finally the hero. Yeah, so this end right with some weird magenta red eyes. Okay, so we finally get the hero, the last. This is what I meant though. The anime never went into the hero. Yeah, the anime... The has this like, you gotta defeat the evil hero, it's gonna destroy the planet, whatever, right? And then in the final second, it's like, here's the hero. Yeah, like, if we finished the whole anime, now it's like, Season 2, guys! They got some weird, like, redhead girl with, like, blue-green eyes. That's a very weird too for that man. His eyes are very strange, yeah. And then finally, it's like, here's the hero. And he got some weird, like, blue, reddish, yellow eyes. She had weird eyes too, kind of the same way. It's like the half the eye, the top of the eye is one color. Yeah, she had the same thing too, with half the eye, the top is one thing, so on. Maybe that's the hero's sister or something, or mother or something, who knows, right? But yeah, so this is how it finally ends. Like, here's the bad guy, right, too, I guess, we have to defeat. Yeah, like, finally, after the whole anime, we finally get to the actual bit, right? But holy shit, this episode is disappointing. I mean, I like the anime, right? I like the anime. And I said it genuinely, you know what I mean? I wouldn't watch all the episodes otherwise. I wouldn't, you know... I also stopped way earlier, right? But this episode was probably one of the worst episodes, honestly. If the whole season of this anime. Man, this was like one of the worst episodes this season. Really disappointing. Where's the scene where they kind of talk to him? Oh my god. Like they're showing, you know, we're getting like, oh, here's the bad guy. He's like this badass berserk guy with like a, I don't know, rocket lance or something. It's something kind of, I don't know, it's like a sci-fi lance that you can throw or something and it shoots rocket beams or something and it's like weird and he looks badass and it doesn't even fight him right. It's just, oh, it's like a really boring ending. This felt like really boring. Yesterday, I did a long review on Takt OP, right, which is like a very weird anime where it has like amazing fights from Mappa Madhouse, but the storyline is just trash. The storyline is so weird in Takt OP. Not too much here, I had a long video yesterday, but basically like, Takt OP is like, the storyline is so cliche, right, and it's really boring and pacing is terrible, but it has an amazing fight, and some bits in the storyline, the actual romance is good, right, but everything around that, like the pacing again, is really terrible in the anime. But the fights are fantastic, right? So the anime has great fights, right? This fit are kind of the opposite, where the storyline is quite good, but this fight was just terrible. Yeah, like here, this is like the opposite ending, right? Because yesterday, that ending was pretty weak, right? Like a great fight, but like storyline, you know, a lot of plot holes. So yeah, mass storyline. It's based on a game. I'm gonna play the game, I guess. Here is like, yeah, it's like okay, the storyline is pretty good. He gets his dia, he's gonna marry his sister, whatever, right? But the fight, there was no fight. Like I won't say you have to have a fight, but I think it's like pretty good fun episode to have a fight, right? Instead, he just has the bad guy doing this thing, right? He stands there, then okay, yeah, let's negotiate for like 15 minutes. Like, what was this? Honestly, this was terrible. This was genuinely really terrible. I'm surprised when I upped on my tablet video. This is terrible title. This is very disappointing. I mean, anyway, what do I mean, right? Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm not lost of words, but I don't really know how to explain more than that, right? Like nothing happened basically. Yeah, like he throws his rocket at them once, right? That was like a badass scene. He throws this like gigantic CDI rocket at them. It blasts the whole castle. It blasts all the units, right? And after immediately is like, okay, let's negotiate. And he just stands there. He shoots back at him once, right? And then he just AFKs for like the whole episode. It was truly very disappointing. I mean, who didn't expect him to actually fight, right? To have Lou go out there and do some shenanigans and fight him. Sure, he can still do the whole nuclear attack, right? But I mean, what I would expect, right, is prepare the nuke, then go out and fight for 10 minutes, and then, of course, you know, dodge the nuke, right, and hit the nuke. Yeah, that would be interesting. Instead, they just talked for 10 minutes, but they didn't really say anything. It was like, oh, I want to have this deal. Well, maybe that deal. Nah, whatever, let's just fight. Okay, everyone go, yeah, and then it's like a flashback. And after they finally decided to actually fight, right, to duke it out, and he, of course, didn't actually fight him, but when he finally decided to, okay, let's actually fight, right, he just flexes, and he steps his dagger, and they throw the coin, right, oh, we're gonna go with the coin, we throw this coin, and then we're gonna fight, and then, of course, the nuke hits him, but I mean, before the coin actually kind of hits and the nuke hits down, then they started having a flashback. It was truly terrible. Truly disappointing, terrible last episode. Because then it's like, okay, let's have like a 3-minute flashback, right? Yeah, let's say, remember the time, you know, when they ate coffee, I don't know, the cookies and drink coffee or something, what? Completely unrelatable to what's happening in the fight, right? And it's like, there's one scene on the bikini when they were going on the beach, right, with Tarte and so on. I mean, it's completely nonsense for the actual episode, right? It's just like, yeah, let's recap. We were running in the field again or something. We also seen like this flash suddenly appears, right? Like during his nuclear waiting. Like this makes zero sense. Like sure, it's a nice big boobies at the beach, but I mean this has like no relevance. Yeah, he's like, let me flashback the time when I was at the beach episode with one of my sister wives. Yes, I mean it has zero relevance. This was a very disappointing, honestly. Again, I'm expecting to beat him, you know, in hand combat, right? That would make sense from a character standpoint. But he could have fought him for 10 minutes until the nuke array or something like that. And also the whole essence that the big baddie that suddenly appears out of nowhere, he's a very strong guy, blah, 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 and so on. He appears and he's like, I'm a berserker. I get stronger by pain. And he's like, I get his muscle mass. He's like muscle man in my game, yeah. His muscle grow bigger the more pain he gets. He's like, yeah. that guy is gonna be like, okay, let's just talk it out. Like, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. His whole personality was like, ha ha ha, I'm the strongest, you know. Like, why would he even have a deal with him? And again, he gets stronger by taking damage. Of course, he wanna fight, but now he stood there, be like, okay, let's talk for 10 minutes. And actually, if he survived the nuke, he would probably get stronger for that matter. But anyway, it's like, it was a very weird final episode. Genuinely very disappointing. It just felt like a filler episode, basically. Like, it felt like the episode could have been summarized in 2-3 minutes, right? Here comes a new bad guy. I'm gonna nuke him. Instead of doing the flashback and slow pacing, we could have just, you know, went over that and, I don't know, talking about the hero instead. Talking about the new bad guy or something. Talking about the actual bad guy or whatever. And I guess, and also they did stuff that's so obvious that they used to reuse a lot of scenes from previous episode. This is just another scene, right? This is episode 8 to 7 or whatever, yeah. They're just like reusing old animations. It was like probably 4 or 5 minutes of just complete reuse of old animations. Not in a flashback, but pretending like it's a new scene. Yeah. Pretending that it's a new scene, right? But actually you straight up a flashback, whatever you call it. But just something like that, yeah. Fake flashback, I don't know what to call it. But you know, like pretending it's a new event, but it's just the same that we had heard, right? And I mean, here it is. I haven't look at the scene here, but yeah, like, and I mean, this is just the best conclusion, right? He saves his woman and goes back home and marries his, and she will now be his sister, wife, or something. Yeah, so he has 3 wife sisters. Yeah, okay, and also she's basically his mom. Okay, yeah, he's gonna marry his mom's sister. Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, whatever, hentai. But like, but honestly, the episode could have probably been like 3-4 minutes. Like, this guy appears, throws the weapon, and you know he stops the cannon, summons the nuke, right? Talk to him for a minute, he nukes him, and then he wins. Yeah, this could have easily been like a 4 or 5 minute episode. The rest is basically filler, like really, or flashbacks. It's weirdly strong episode. But anyway, rant over, I guess. I didn't expect it. Honestly, I didn't expect it to be such a massive disappointing, right? I thought it was gonna be a cool final episode, and they fought this new bad guy that has no good build up, or whatever. And but nah. They just talked for him for 10 minutes, then he hit him. And also, of course, too many flashbacks or, you know, fake flashbacks and whatever to also add to the scene. Anyway, subscribe, guys. In a half an hour from now, I'm going to do Komi-chan, which I hope is going to be better. It's probably a Komi episode, right? And I think Komi-chan already has an episode 2, season 2 released, or announced, I mean. So that's pretty good. So then Komi-chan come to this, and then tomorrow I might do, if One Piece come out tomorrow, so I want to do that, right? Otherwise tomorrow it's gonna be hard, and we'll otherwise have a great Christmas, right? Because opposite tomorrow is so Christmas 33rd, then we have Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and so on, right? So after tomorrow I'm gonna take a little break, right? You know, have all this Christmas fun time and so on, and I'll be back next week. I only have 3-4 days though, but so I'm gonna have like a little, you know, next week I have to do all the animes and so on and same day. But whatever, and also of course I'm looking forward to, of course, next season. Now we got some new animes, right? Got a lot of new isekais. We got like 2 gender-bender isekais, so who doesn't want that, right? With the guys become a cute girl, and more rom coming in the gender isekais, that's nice. And you know, I'm looking forward to roasting the freaking anime avarage and those shit and so on, and do my own, of course, top 10 list. And this year I think I'm gonna do a top 10, of course, top 10 best animes, which is always fun to do, right? Takes a lot of time though, because I take it very seriously. But also this year, I felt there are so many bad animes, I'm gonna do a top 10 worst animes too. Because I felt like there's been a lot of like really bad endings, you know, talking about like Promised Neverland and so on. So I feel this year, I feel you could definitely do a top 10 worst animes, where, I mean, because every year, right, you have a few really bad animes, but this year you have like, you could easily you have a 20 or so really bad animes, like they're really terrible. I don't think that every year has that many bad animes. I mean, there's obviously always a few really crappy animes, right? But yeah, this year I think we easily have like a top 10 really terrible, like 1 out of 10, you know, 0 out of 10 animes. Like, it would be so bad, or had like an insanely bad ending and so on. And honestly, I haven't really decided yet which are like my top 10, because there are a couple of picks from there. Especially because the order, of course. I have to go back and look at it. What was worse? The endings. Which had the worst ending? Which had the worst ending? There's so many terrible animes this year. Holy shit, man. It's been like 2-3 really terrible animes every season. And again, I mean like 0 out of 10 animes, right? Usually I think there might be like 1 or 2 really bad animes, right, per season. But this year I feel actually it's been the worst probably in a long time. Where you're like, oh my god, there've been so many like terrible, especially endings, right? Like terrible plot holes and just, and if we include mangas, right, it goes even up. If we include mangas in this year's top 10, if we do some manga and anime top 10, right, worst, then we have some other stuff that makes the list even further. We have some mangas. And I think we know what I'm talking about. We have one manga in particular that's like, holy shit, was that a bad ending. But for that matter, of course, I look forward to for next year, right? We're gonna have the Attack on Titan coming and other animes, right? That I feel it's gonna be really interesting seeing Attack on Titan in anime, right? Like seeing how I feel the watchers, right, the community are gonna react to it, right? I mean, I obviously saying that the whole arc has been like, but we're gonna see how when it finally gets into an anime.